Hello guys, welcome to my channel RK Tutorials. Now we were discussing power electronics about the switches, class number 4. As I explained that the power processing circuit consists of power semiconductor devices. This power semiconductor devices performs the operation similar to the switch, so it is more important to learn about the switch first. In the previous class we have studied about the ideal switch characteristics, how the ideal switch behave. So let us discuss in this class about the practical switch with respect to these parameters: on state, off state, transition behavior, external circuit requirement, and thermal stability. So in the previous class, the ideal switch on state. So when we are on the switch, when we are closing the switch, that means we are making short circuit. That means the infinite current should flow through the current. So that is the case of ideal switch. The ideal switch, when we are closing the switch, then its current changes from it current ranges from minus infinity to infinity. So it can bear that capability, and the voltage of course will become zero. The power loss will become zero. But here, if you consider the practical switch, what happens during the on stage? So when you are closing the switch, then what happens? The voltage during the on position should comes to zero. That is the ideal requirement we want. But in the practical switch, it is not. Unfortunately, it is not happening, and the current also does not ranges from minus infinity to infinity, but the current ranges from minus I dash to some plus I dash. Let us say double dash. So due to there will be a drop, due to the drop across the switch, then automatically the power loss during the on position will be not equals to zero. Ideal switch is not does not exist in practice, but it is our expectation, the practical switch, to attain our expectation. So this is the discussion about the on state. Actually, during the on state, the current has to be increased from minus infinity to plus infinity, but in this practical switch there will be some limitation, so due to which the voltage drop also exists. The voltage drop in the ideal switch was zero, but here exists, so power loss also exists. So let us discuss about the off state. So when we are opening the switch, what happens? The current has to come to, during the off condition, the current has to reduce to zero. The current should come zero. But unfortunately, in the practical switch, due to the internal resistance or something, some elements, and the type of elements which we are connected to the circuit through the switch, the current does not fall immediately to zero, but there will be a current, there will be a leakage current which flows. So the current should not be zero. And during the off position, what happens to the voltage? The voltage should be maximum, that is infinite, minus infinite to plus infinite it should range from. But due to the practical scenario, the voltage is ranges from plus minus V dash to plus V double dash. And of course, power loss in this situation also still exists, so there will be a power loss. So this is called blocking power. When we are off, when in the switch is in off position, then we can say this is blocking power, this is blocking power loss. And when the switch is in on state, then that is called as conduction power loss. Conduction power loss. So this is the information regarding the on and off state. So here this is the voltage of the ideal waveform, ideal switch. So when the switch is in off, the voltage should be maximum, but when the switch on, immediately it will come to zero. But unfortunately in the practical switch, the switch does not comes to zero. It will take some time, it will take some time delay in order to reach the zero position. Actually it does not regain the zero, it will be somewhere here due to some internal properties. So that is what is happening. And next, let us talk about the transition behavior. This is the most important behavior. let us discuss about the transient behavior of the switch of practical. This is the transient behavior slide. So the current from off state, let us say if the switch is in off, we wanted to on it. So the time taken, the transition time taken from off state to on state, that is nothing but the turn on transition should be, the T on should be 0, but it is not becoming 0. And when the switch is in on position, if you wanted to off the switch, this transition is called turn off transition. So during this transition also, the time is not going to be 0, which means the switch, let us say 1 minute, T switch SW is equals to T on plus T off, that is equals to 0. And what happens to the frequency, switching frequency? The switching frequency is nothing but it is the reciprocal of switching time period, that means infinite. So what we can conclude, it is operating, since it is not equals to 0, the ideal frequency switching frequency is not infinite, and this time, the on time and off time of the turn on transition time and turn off transition time depends on the circuit elements. Let us say, so the circuit elements are obviously will be having R and LC. So R is independent, it is instantaneous element, but LC affects the switching operation. Let us see how it operates. So this is our L and this is our C. This is not L, this is a simple line, so this is C. Let us say VC. So what happens when the inductor is connected in series with the switch? So when you are oning the switch, when you are closing the switch, means initially it was 0, the current. Initially there exist initial conditions, remove all initial conditions to be something. Then what happens? The current flowing through the inductor will be like this. So it will support, the inductor will support the turn on transition. But what happens to the off transition? So during the on, there was a current flowing, so inductor does not allow the sudden change in current. But due to this is off position, what happens to the off position? Current immediately should become 0. But what? Current is not getting 0 because of this inductor. What happens? Inductor opposes the sudden change in current, so it will not make the current to 0. Then what will be the energy? Half Li square. So as I has to come to 0, then energy should be 0. If the energy should be 0, then what happens? The energy transforms. Energy neither created nor destroyed. So the energy will be transformed from one form to another form. So here this energy will be form V equals to infinity. V approximately equals to infinity. This cannot be bared by the switch. The practical switch does not withstand with this voltage, infinite voltage. So the inductor may damage, the switch may damage, which means we have to provide some protection to the switch. So in order to limit this voltage, so what we are doing, we are connecting a resistance and a diode D. So let us say this is T1 and this is R1. So when the switch is, when we are opening the switch, the current is not going to be 0. That current has been dissipated here. So during this position, in order to maintain the same what we can say, in order to maintain the same flow of current, so we connect the resistance and diode here in order to save the switch from this bad effect made by the L component. Now what happens to the capacitor when the capacitor is connected across the circuit? So when the circuit is in open condition, then what will be the current flow? This is the current flow. There will be a formation of voltage VC. So when it supports the on state. it supports the off state, but when it comes to on, when you are closing the switch, what happens? So initially during the off state, the current was like this, there will be a voltage, induced, there will be a voltage stored across this capacitor. So that capacitor, let us say E is equals to half CV square, and when the voltage immediately falls, I mean when you are closing the switch, what happens? The voltage becomes zero, so energy will be zero. So here E equal to 0, that means I is going to be infinite. So the capacitor discharges during the time, the capacitor discharges, and the current I is going to be infinite, and the practical switch does not bear such amount of current through the switch, so switch may damage. So in order to protect the switch from this bad effect, then what we are doing, we are here we are connecting the resistance, and here we are connecting the diode. Sorry, this connection. Let me draw it again. So this is a connection, because when we are closing the switch, what happens? When we are opening the switch, what happens? When we are closing the switch, means off. When we are oning the switch, this current will be going like this. Let us say this is R2, this is D2. So the C will discharge like this, so it cannot enter through this way, because it will be reverse bias. So the infinite current will be limited by this resistance, so the switch will be protected. So this is the phenomena happening during the turn on transition. So I hope you understand. So we have on and off can be decided. So V and I, let us say, if I is increasing, and V is decreasing, that is can be taken as on state. If V is constant and I is increasing, that is also taken as on state. If V is increasing, I is decreasing, taken as off state. And if V is increasing, keeping the I constant, also taken as off state of turn off transition. So this is to be noticed here. Now let us discuss the external circuit requirement. External circuit requirement. So let us talk about the fourth one. External circuit requirement. Let me write in short so that we can save the time. So external circuit requirement. So just now we have discussed that from on to off, if you are from off to on, let us say this is turn on transition. So some energy being lost, energy is not equals to 0. And from on position to off, that means turn off transition, some energy is lost. Practical switches. So what happens? So turn on, during turn on process, we generally use an external circuit during turn on and turn off process. So what are the circuits used in the turn on process? We use gate drive circuit, and we use base drive circuit, we use triggering circuit, we use the firing circuit for on position in order to on the switch. So what type of switches we are using, what type of turn off circuits we use is commutation circuits. We use the commutation circuits. So what will be since there is a loss of energy during the on and off positions, it is most important to find the turn on position. What will be the energy lost? So during on, so that is equals to E on is equals to from 0 to T on. What is the time? This is the time period T on. So voltage across the switch into current across the switch into dt. This is the formula for the energy during the on position. If you are making the off, the energy lost during the turn off will be integral 0 to T off. So voltage across the switch into current across the switch into dt. The total energy, from here we can write the energy completely lost during the turn on and off switch. That means the complete loss of energy of the switch can be written as E on plus E off. And from here we can deduce the power loss. Power loss of the switch can be energy lost of the switch over the time period of the switch. From here we can write, so energy lost of the switch multiplied by switching frequency. This is also formula. This is used in order to, this formula is most important. This formula and this formula and this formula are most important in solving the numericals, so make a note of this. Here is a E switch is nothing but the energy spent for turning on and off the switch, and T is the time period of the switch. I hope you understood. Now let us discuss about the last, that is the thermal stability. Last, fifth one, thermal stability. So ideal switch is thermally stable for all conditions, but not the practical switch. So let us draw the characteristics here. This is current across the switch. This is voltage across the switch. So ideal switch can withstand all the voltages, but practical switch does not accept all the voltages. Let us say this is the limit on the positive side, and this is the limit on the negative side. And for ideal switch can be withstand for all the current conditions, but practical switch does not withstand with all the conditions. Let us say these are the limits. So this will be the safe operating region. So if the switch is, if this is the point, is it operation? Yes. Is it operating? If this is the point, is it operating? No, it is not operating. If this is the point, is it operating? The switch operating? No, it is not operating. So you need some safe protection. So for that you need to reduce some more. Safety. This is the safe operating. Let me take like this. Now this is a safe operating region. Now if the switch is, if it is operating here, does it harm? No. If it is operating here, does it harm? No. If it is operating here, does it harm? No. But if it is operating here, does it harm? 100% it will affect the thermally. Because why? It's nothing but we have not considered the power loss. So let us consider the power loss here. So here, and here. So this is the safe operating region. Now this is the safe operating region of the practical switch. Sorry, here, this is the safe operating area of the switch. Now in here you can take the, why we have left this? Because of the power loss. So this is a safe operating region. So it is thermally stable in between here only, and it is limited also. So these are the characteristics of the practical switch. I hope you understood. If not yet subscribed, please subscribe and share the video. Thank you. Signing off.